officer for the West Midlands, and says his staff attended the address following concerns about a person's welfare.
We arrived on scene within 5 minutes of the original call, and therefore, with the police assistance, we was able to gain entry to the property. While we gained entry to the property, 2 of my staff members were assaulted and therefore stabbed in the chest area. They were quickly dealt with by the police officers that were on scene, that were able to protect my staff and themselves by arresting and detaining the individual involved. I just want to say a really massive thank you, really, to my staff that attended the scene. You can only imagine really what this must have been like for them to see their colleagues in this particular situation. They did an unbelievable job in very difficult circumstances. So thanks to my staff and also the police, which without their help, I probably would have been telling you a very different story today.
Well, earlier on, I spoke to Martin Berry, who's a paramedic from the College of Paramedics, and asked him how often things get violent on the front line.
In my time practicing, I've had knives pulled on me, I've had some firearm incidences, but again, I've been fortunate that I've never been in a situation where I have been wounded such as these crews. So, you know, while these situations happen, something to this extent is rare, but what we now need to do is we need to look at how we identify risky situations and how we can actually keep crews safer in the future.
Would you feel safer? And do you think we're getting to the point now where we're going to have to consider paramedics, after what's happened yesterday in other incidents, actually wearing stab vests when they're on duty? Would you wear one?
I have worn one in the past, and I have got into situations that I've decided to put one on. At the same time, we need to make sure that the general public and the patient feels safe and supported, because in the end we are there to help, and we want to be seen as a body of people that are on their side, that are there to support them.
And that just speaks volumes, really, doesn't it? That 2 paramedics stabbed, and Martin there, who is a paramedic, saying that you want the people to feel safe. Well, you've got to look after yourselves as well. And how sad that we're actually having to even have this discussion about paramedics having to wear stab vests. Well, joining me now is Dan Squibb, the Director of Operations at the Ambulance Staff Charity, a charity that offers support to ambulance staff and their families. Thanks for joining us this morning, Dan. So first of all, what was going through your mind when you heard the news yesterday?
It was a bit of disbelief, to be honest with you. I mean, ambulance staff across the country go to work to help and support people in time of need, and you know, for any ambulance crew to walk into this situation would have been quite scary, and yeah, very shocking for everybody watching the news, really.
Now, you support ambulance workers, and the 2 paramedics who were injured yesterday may well need that support as well. So just talk me through what you do, because as we were saying, that it's not life-threatening. Physically, hopefully, they'll fully recover, but there's a lot more to it than just the physical wounds, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, no one goes to work to face harm or injury. Certainly when you're going to work to care for others, and behind paramedics and ambulance staff in a variety of roles, people have families and home lives. So it is a physical attack, a physical injury, but there's also the sort of mental health repercussions and potentially the financial repercussions of that. Hopefully our colleagues that were injured yesterday can return to duty as soon as possible. You know, the ambulance community are very good at looking after people. The blue light community are very good at sort of wrapping their arms around each other, and West Midlands ambulance services, you know, an outstanding ambulance service, and therefore I'm sure the staff support teams are engaged in this already. But you know, in the event that they need more support, then we'll be there to support them and their families, obviously, as they take this distressing time home.
And I think that's a really important point that you've made. You've mentioned families a couple of times now, because the person who becomes the paramedic, absolutely quite right, no one goes to work and should be in any sort of danger, 100%. But the person who's become the paramedic, they've decided to become a paramedic. It's the partners, the mums and dads, the kids, who are probably even more worried, aren't they? And it's going to impact on them a lot as well now, isn't it, what's happened? Yeah,
absolutely. And I think that, you know, that's around going home with an injury. Obviously, the ambulance community along with the rest of our NHS colleagues, have just gone through the pandemic and are still dealing with the COVID issue. So, families have had to sort of self-isolate or get used to having risk taken home, which is very different for ambulance staff. But the idea of, being attacked and maybe having to visit your mother or father or your partner in hospital, which you'd be, you certainly wouldn't be expecting from someone who goes to work to help people.
And the support that you offer, is it counselling? Is that what you do?
Yeah, so we can link in with our colleagues and other services around physical rehabilitation, but we offer support for people that need counselling through sort of difficult jobs and some of the traumatic experiences that our ambulance staff face, and also planning for returning to work and getting back to frontline duty.
And I know from people I've spoken to before and people who are friends of mine that in a lot of the emergency services, sometimes there can almost be the attitude of, it's occupational hazard, let's just get on with it. Is that attitude changing now? Because, again, some people are traumatised and they either don't realise it or they don't want to admit to it because it's almost seen as a sign of weakness in that particular profession.
I think those attitudes are certainly changing. And I think very much like Martin said, we're on the patient side and we're there to make the patient safe and to feel safe. But nobody goes to work to be harmed or assaulted, and that is completely unacceptable.
Thanks for your time this morning, Dan. That's Dan Squibb, the Director of Operations at the Ambulance Staff Charity.